understanding that if we want to really do something and create opportunity on an international scale, and I feel that's where the African American has to go in order for their business to go to the next level, and that's what I'm doing.
Well, that's what all businesses in the world are doing, is going global. You know, your major corporations all have a global image. They are, you know, I used to work for AT&T, and I remember them sending people over to Europe, and also when I was in Africa, I mean, Coca-Cola was over there, and all these major corporations that are very, very successful here have moved into places around the world, third world countries as well. So it's time for us to be able to move into there, and to, through the internet and through travel.
Yes, yeah.
Going there, like Reverend Henderson, Andre Henderson, goes over to South Africa quite a bit, and he's built a lot of good relationships over there. And I have another friend that's over there who was in the banking business. I shared with you that she had been on my show some years ago. So the connections, there are a lot of connections, and Barbara Lewis has connections in Ghana.
Yes.
So there are a lot of connections already in place. Through networking that we've done here, we can people, and great things can happen.
Yeah, and
it's not hard. It's not hard at all.
Being able to establish yourself in other countries, not being afraid to cross the border. I set up a satellite office in London over a year and a half ago to do more business over there. I've been doing business over there pretty much for a year and a half, and I bought a piece of property overseas, and in Ecuador I actually bought a little small place, and right now I'm opening up an office over in China, and it's later this month, and in order to do business over there you have to be invited by the government to do business. So I got my letter of acceptance to do business. Back in 1995 I actually was part owner of a company, a foreign company, actually a Chinese company that was in Hong Kong. Owned 3% of it, and we bought recyclable plastic, steel, metal, and stuff like that. And when China took over, the British rule was over in '97, so we had to give up and relinquish our ownership. But being able to have that experience is something that is the seed that was planted and now is grown to where I'm at right now.
Well, there are no limits, really. The only limits that we have are the ones we place on ourselves. And as Dr. Hutchinson was saying a few minutes ago, he's watched some of the things that I've done, and I'm just a little old gal from San Diego, Southeast San Diego, but and where are you from?
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland.
Yeah, the
He's from
mistake by the
Cleveland,
lake.
Ohio, but yet here you are here, and now we're talking about going into the world. What should people sitting on the couch looking at this program take away from this program tonight? What would you really like them to take away from this program?
Well, what I would like for them to take away is look around them, look at the friends, look at the people that they work with. They already are involved in the international development and networking already. When we go and we pour a cup of coffee, the guy who picks the coffee bean, he is the one. We already have that international connection. When we put on our shoes, we put on our clothes. When we get in our car, most people drive what?
A foreign car. Yeah.
So we already have that international connection.
We look at it like that, though.
You know, that's what we have to realize. You are already in a global society. So what are you going to do?
Well, you know, you make an excellent point. We have all of these products that are international products, but many of us have friends who are from other countries, and diversity today is all about embracing people from different cultures so that we can learn from them. It's more than just going to the restaurant and having some Indian food, or going to the restaurant and having some Chinese food or something. It's actually getting to know that person, because that person represents a connection in our own country. What was that, though? You're only 7 degrees of separation. You're only 7 people away from anybody that you want to know in the world.
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Back in what I used to smuggle Bibles into China. I don't think I should be saying that, but it's okay.
Well, you know, they have to come and get you.
It started off.
I don't think we're on in China.
Yeah, it started off as something that, as a more like a missionary thing, and it grew into something else. And then next thing you know, I got access for the connection to get cotton balls. So I started getting cotton balls from Argentina, and we started supplying different hospitals and different clinics in different parts of the world. And I've been doing that ever since 1996.
Now you doing this 11 years ago.
Yes.
And so now things are even much more open today than they were then for many people. So what are your plans? What do you want to start doing now? You're going to You talked about sending some DVDs over, opening up schools. You talked about doing some training, doing things over the internet. You're going to go over there?
Yes. One of my things right now, I got a couple of projects. I got Project Nigeria with Samuel Nehemiah, which you were going to have on your show.
Our guest this week, yeah.
We're sending crutches and wheelchairs over to people in Nigeria. And also got Barbara Lewis, you mentioned her. I'm sponsoring her to go over to Ghana to do a documentary.
And she's been on the show, too.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, several times.
Okay. And also have, she's going to go meet with some chiefs and talk about some land. And I'm going to buy some land and build up a couple business centers so I can train people there. And also, I'm working with the Sudanese that are here right now. And I'm working with them, and I'm going to train about 15 to 30 of them in my office and train them in regards to business opportunities and actually give them opportunity to become entrepreneurs. And also, I'm going to advocate a little for them, and I'm actually going to fight with the city in regards to getting them their driver's license so that they can drive taxis. They're the only ones that don't have that right to do so.
Oh, really?
And that prevents them from making a living, so that puts them in a position where they have to rely on the support of the government. So I'm going to advocate a little for them. So relationships right now is what I'm developing, and what I see myself doing in the future internationally is actually setting up Dr. Hutch International in Africa.
Wow. That is going to be great. Sanford International better be in Africa too.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I am so excited that the person watching the show, you watching the show tonight, can think about is the people that you know and the things that you can already do and how you may be able to impact the world. Even though you may not think that you've even impacted your neighborhood or your job, you can impact the world. And not only impact the world in business, but once you get there as a child of God, you can impact the world for Jesus Christ.
Yes.
We just have to be able to get in there, and you're actually talking about relationships. And we could do a whole show on business relationships, because people, once they have a relationship with you, they will buy whatever it is that you're selling because they believe in you.
Yes.
And all of us can build that kind of reputation, can't we?
Yes, yes. And my my international journey started with a mail order business.
Really?
Putting something in the mail. I was in the United States Navy. I decided to look in the back of a catalog and say, let me start doing this. And it just went from one thing to the next.
You're talking about those mail order advertisements? They work?
Yes, it actually worked. And people contacted me, and what I did, I contacted people in the places and the ports that I knew I was going to visit.
Okay.
And so when I showed up, they said, oh man, he has money. But they didn't know I was in the Navy. So venture in the international business started.
Well, that's called maximizing the opportunity. So many of us are getting off the boat trying to go out and have a meal and run around and lay on the beach. And here you went and, you know, took care of business. That's exciting. I'm getting ready to take a vacation. Maybe I better start contacting people where I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
Turn into a business venture, huh?
Yes, because all the time we always are one step closer to making a change, not only in our lives, but other people's lives.
And we have that power
Yes.
to impact other people. You're not a victim, but you're a victorious liver if you understand by being children of God. God placed us here to impact not only your home, but to impact your workplace and impact the people in the church and your community. And now you have an opportunity to impact the world. Isn't that exciting?
That's really exciting.
Oh, it's so exciting. And to do it from your dining room table. You got that computer right at home.
Yeah, and I have an advantage. Right now I'm on KPRZ, 1210 a.m.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, as far as on there, on K-Praise, on there, my radio show, the Dr. Hutch Show, is reaching and touching people as far as in regards to personal development. And we're looking at syndicating the show throughout the United States and also going internationally, producing books, because Nation is the owner of the company of K-Praise, and what we're doing is they have a publishing company. So we're utilizing them for Christian books too.
Well, you know, when you're one of the people that is really taking advantage of the shows that we've been able to do, and I'm expecting you to be putting those online too, and give me some international exposure here, because many people are putting their shows such as what we're doing right now on the internet. And people all over the world are watching those shows, even with the radio programs and with video. There's so much that can be done. So I'm expecting to be seen all over the world via your website.
Yeah, and just from
maybe mine too.
from the time I came on your show last year with 7 Steps to Setting Your Goal, I actually have produced over 213 products.
Wow.
And my 7 Steps to Setting Your Goal is actually, your DVD is what is used to put in the package when I'm training my clients to become real estate investors.
Well, that's exciting. That is exciting. I'm all over the world now. Well, Dr. Hutch, we are almost out of time. It's always such a pleasure to talk with you because you're a young man and you look even younger now. You're going to have a hard time passing for 25.
Yeah, I shaved my mustache off, and it's time to come out. My mustache made me look like I was at least, and some people thought I was 40. Sometimes people thought I was 51 based on all the knowledge that I have. But I'm just 38 years old, and I wanted people to see that I am a genius.
Yes, you are. Now that you are, and they can see that with or without the mustache. Yeah, well, you keep them guessing, Dr.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep them guessing, too. Well, this has been another wonderful, very brief time with our friend Dr. J.L. Hutchinson, the founder and the CEO of Dr. Hutch International, and also the founder. And what is your position with Tricom Worldwide Signature?
Well, I'm the founder and CEO of Tricom Worldwide. My partner, Akiba, she actually is running it as the senior vice president right now.
Okay, so he's letting you know that you can even be from Cleveland. And you can still do well. We have really, really appreciated you being with us this evening. This show is going to run several times. So if you got in on the end, understand that it's going to be coming on. We are on every Wednesday evening at 7:30 on the channel that you're watching right now. Tell your friends that this is a place that they can learn a lot. If you want to get in touch with me or Dr. Hutch, call the telephone number that's been on the screen, or email me at dsanford@cox.net and find out how you can be on television as well. We thank you so very much. Dr. Hutch, I know you're going to come back and be with us again, and we could just put so much together just based on what international networking, something that all of us can take advantage of. This is Dee Sanford with the Christian Business Forum. God bless you. Thank you, Dr. Hutch. God bless you as well. We'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you.
Good night, and God bless you.
Yeah.